Should not say he's an animal. Should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko. I'm Jackson.
How do you feel when they call you Wacko
Yeah, Wacko Jacko. Where'd that come from? Some English.
Okay, hey guys, JD here. This one's going to be different from a lot of my videos. There's not going to be like a bunch of fancy edits or even an intro. I don't even think I'm going to put an intro. It doesn't have the usual curls around the edges and stuff. It's just going to be a conversation. It's going to have as little editing as possible. Before we get into all of the sad stuff, I do want to talk about last night. I went to the Michael Jackson tribute event in my area that was ran by Jenkins of Moonwalk Talks. I met him and we talked and it was really fun. Went on stage and me and my friend met a really good MJ impersonator, MJ of NOLA. It was just a really fun time. Jenkins put it on so we could tribute Michael and stuff before June 25th, moving it so my mic doesn't mess up. Usually I edit that stuff out. And yeah, it was just a really fun time. There was DJs and it was loud and it was really cool. I actually finally got to play Moonwalker on the Nintendo 64 cartridge. I've always wanted to do that. The only time I've played Moonwalker before, but it's usually just online, and it was fun to do that. So last year I made this video remembering Michael Jackson on June 25th, and really, I don't want to be one of those people that just sits here and like cries. It's basically just me rambling and talking about whatever Michael stuff I'm thinking of at that point, and it's just kind of a fun time to remember him. I don't really have a death story really because I was really young when he died. I was 6. My death story is also my fan story. I'll tell it again. I've told it. I actually think in the last video, it was the first time I told it last year. So I was at a restaurant with my family and I was playing my Nintendo DS and I couldn't hear my game because the TV was so loud, and I asked them why it was so loud, and apparently the place turned up the volume so everybody could hear what happened to Michael Jackson. He was rushed to the hospital. And I don't remember yet if he died there or not. I don't remember if he was dead, but it's just one of those things where like you remember where you were no matter what your age was. I've ran into a lot of people, even people at school that aren't fans, that can tell me exactly where they were when Michael Jackson died. And I just really think that says something. One thing I don't like though about today, I mean it's fun. You can see celebrities like put out stuff like Ariana Grande and stuff, put out messages of love, and that's fine. But everybody that any other day of the week that would call him a pedophile or wacko jacko puts out, "Oh, Michael, I love you." And I just think that's full of crap. Like Oprah put out a thing today. It's just like, why? If you guys don't know the backstory of Oprah, she held a whole show talking about what a pedophile Michael was. And I just don't know why they would do that. A bunch of news outlets covering it. I'm sure the Daily Mail is going to put something out. It also sucks because Joe is dying currently. So I don't know if he's going to die on Michael's death day. But if he does, I'm going to be like, that's going to be very depressing. The MJ cast put out a really cool video where Damian Shields, and fellow MJ YouTuber Tabloid Junk just sat around and basically doing what I'm doing, just rambling, and then they got into tributes and stuff, and it was really fun. So you guys can go watch that. I'll link a bunch of tribute videos down below that I think were really cool, and you guys can go watch them. That's really the thing with June 25th, though, is Jamin said something on the MJ cast, and I'm glad he said that he's never really cried over Michael's death. I mean, honestly have never cried. I think that's because it's never really hit me that he's dead. You know, a lot of people, it does, and they know he's dead and he's never coming back. But that's never really resonated with me because I've always been a fan, like, after he died. So, like, I've never experienced Michael being alive, so it's kind of hard to envision Michael being alive. I mean, I think one of my best videos was what would have happened if this is what it would have been like if This Is It happened. And it's really weird to think, like, if Michael was still here, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like. I think nowadays with, like, the Me Too movement and stuff, it almost comes to a point where I'm glad he doesn't have to live through this, because the stuff that they would say about him, especially then, would just be terrible. But my favorite things about June 25th is stuff like the thing I went to last night, the second annual Michael Jackson tribute thing. It was great. Just being in a room with people I've never met, but it felt like family just because of Michael. And it's just, that's my first ever, like, really meeting of, like, a big, it wasn't necessarily a fan club, but like just a bunch of group of people all united by the same fandom. And I think that's really cool, and it's just so unfortunate that not only do we have to worry about Michael, but we also have to worry about Joe, and that's heartbreaking. It sucks. It really does. And say what you will about Joe, but it's still sad to see. And then, actually, it's a little off topic, but somebody else also died today that I wanted to give a little shout out to. See, I'm not going to edit this out. So I am a big antique shopper, you know, go to antique stores and stuff, and it's really fun. It's one of my favorite things to do. And Pawn Stars, you guys have seen Pawn Stars. The old man, that's his name, died today, actually. And I went to their pawn shop back in Las Vegas when I was, like, really, really small. And that's, like, one of the best memories I've had in my entire life, was going there. So he died on Michael's death day. God, I hate this day. But I put out a few Instagram posts. Well, actually, I put out one. I don't know why I said a few. About Michael's death. And, you know, that was a lot more thought out than what this is going to be. This is basically just me rambling. It's just really weird, because I just despise the fact that people are saying how much they love Michael, but would call him Wacko Jacko any other day. Like, there are probably going to be people that will put out an article tomorrow talking about how much of a weirdo Michael Jackson was. And another thing, everybody's loving the post that the Michael Jackson estate put out today, where it's just Michael at a camera and it has some quote, and I don't understand why. If you're running the estate for somebody that died, wouldn't you put, like, rest in peace from your friends at the Michael Jackson estate, instead of just a picture, a random picture, and everybody in the comments is just like, oh, he's on a camera and it's his 9th anniversary, does that mean he's alive? And it's just, why today? Why would you do that today? Why not any other day? And I commented and said, of course, Sony and the estate aren't going to post anything for his death day. And that comment actually got deleted. It's not there. I couldn't find it when I went to go back to see how many likes it got. I couldn't find it. So that just goes to show how friggin' tone deaf the Michael Jackson estate is. And that's one of the worst things about Michael's death. I mean, obviously, we lost a father, we lost an icon, but we also got the estate. It's like the worst. What's that Trump meme? Like the worst trade in history? How about losing Michael Jackson and getting John Branca? That's one of the worst trades ever. I mean, what really is there to say in a video like this that hasn't already been said? I love him. I really do. Michael has inspired me, and I've met so many people, especially online, over Michael. I've talked to a lot of people over Michael. Like meeting Jenkins last night, that would never have happened unless it was for Michael. And just, I've been really blessed. Like this time last year, I was watching the MJ cast and watching Moonwalk Talks. And then a year later, I just met Moonwalk Talks and I was on the MJ cast. And it's just really weird that Michael has given me that opportunity, that I am basically making a career. I am making money. I'm monetized now. I am making money. My job, technically, since I'm so young and can't get an actual job, is talking about Michael. And that's just really weird. And Michael's given me the opportunity to do all of this. And I can never thank him enough. What I do really on June 25th is I don't do a lot. I try to tone it out. People ask me like what I do, and it's really not a lot. Today I'll probably watch like This Is It and The Wiz or something, but on past June 25th I haven't really done anything. I've only been a fan. I think this is my like third June 25th. Last year, I don't really want to tell the story, but I couldn't sleep the night of June 24th because I knew it was going to be June 25th. And I didn't really cry. Like I said, I've never really cried, but I was really upset. There were no tears, but I was sad. I was basically crying without tears, if that makes sense. I was just really upset. And I'll never forget me sitting in my grandparents' recliner and You Are Not Alone coming on Spotify. It wasn't even like a sad song playlist. It was just, this is Michael Jackson, shuffle, You Are Not Alone. Because I was sitting there really upset, and You Are Not Alone came on, and I just think that's the weirdest thing ever. Because Michael wouldn't want today to be sad. He'd want today to be a charity day. He'd want it to be like a love day. And I think that's so awesome that we have that. And just the fact that next year will be a decade, 10 years since we lost Michael Jackson. 10 years, like that's 10 years ago, 2008, friggin' John Cena won the Royal. That's stupid. Okay, usually I edit that out. But just think about how much times have changed since 2008. One of the big things that I always thought of, like, if Michael nowadays had social media, like, let's forget, like, Me Too and stuff, like, he just had Twitter and could just say random things, and I just think that's so cool. Like, if This Is It would have happened, like the video I made, just think about all the footage that we'd have. I just wish the estate would handle June 25th better. Maybe do, like, a live feed. One thing that Funko, like the company Funko does, they make the Funko Pop action figures, is they do like live feeds on Instagram where it's two of their workers just sitting and they talk and you can ask them questions. I think the estate should do something like that where they have two executives and you just sit there and you can talk to them about Michael, especially today. But one thing the Michael Jackson estate does is usually on Michael's birthday, which really it's just because they make money off of that within J1. So that just sucks because they don't really care about Michael. They really don't. But they do it for money. They could care less. They'd probably do a freaking MJ1 today. I'm sure there's MJ1 shows going on today. And that's just, they don't post anything. The website doesn't say rest in peace Michael. Unless they make money off of it, they will say nothing. And that's where like me and the MJ cast, we have to make up for that. And that's just, we shouldn't have to. I mean, I love that we do, and I wouldn't change it. But the fact that people, well, I think Q like ran into Michael one time, but people that have never actually like met Michael are the ones that are having to keep his legacy alive because the friggin' estate can't do it is so weird. And that's not just me in the MJ cast. I'm not trying to, Damian Shields and everybody in Moonwalk Talks. Everybody, if you make Instagram posts or YouTube videos, just people like that, we, as the fans, are having to keep his legacy alive. When people get paid, when John Branca gets paid to keep his legacy alive, and I don't understand that. It's just, it's so stupid. I hate everything. But yeah, 9 years without Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson turned 60 this year. I can't believe it. 60. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'll do another video on his birthday. A birthday video would be a lot more fun than this. I'm just not going to be sad. Enjoy today. Well, not enjoy it, but don't get all depressed all day. That's not what we should do. Have fun. Donate to a charity. Go out and do something. And make that change. Have fun. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is at History in the Mix. And Instagram is at Mixing History. My newest post is about Michael. And, you know, this video is just rambling, but that one, like, I actually thought it out and, like, wrote drafts and stuff. So that one's a really nicely done essay. So if you guys want to go comment on that, like rest in peace or anything, that'd be appreciated. Give me the Instagram swag. But yeah, make that change. Have fun today. Don't be sad all day, because I couldn't be sad all day. It's just not me, and I don't think it'd be Michael either.
Hello, this is Michael Jackson. Thank you so much for being here. More to come. Keep checking in.